It's Bengals, it's Saints. It's a battle of 2 and 3 teams here at the Superdome. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com here in New Orleans, where, yes, I've enjoyed plenty of gumbo in the Bengals. Well, they're hoping that a return home for Jamar Chase, a return back to Louisiana for Joe Burrow, is exactly what this offense needed. Because let's be honest, this offense off to a slow start this season, averaging 21.6 points per game. Certainly not at the level that everybody anticipated them playing at the start this season. And so Joe Burrow warming up behind me. You can see him tossing a little bit off there in the distance. He's getting ready. Obviously, it's the return for him, but given the Saints' injuries, and I think that's where it starts. And we'll see about T. Higgins. Jonah Williams sounds like he's going to play. But on the other side of things, Marshon Lattimore is out. Their top three receivers, Chris Olave, is expected to be out, according to Adam Schefter. Michael Thomas has been ruled out. Jarvis Landry has been ruled out. So you're talking about a shorthanded Saints offense led by Andy Dalton versus a defense in the Bengals that has played really well this year so far. And, you know, Alvin Kamara is going to be the one that gets a lot of touches, and he was certainly one of my keys is slowing him down. And I think if they go that route, it'll be just fine, you know, from a defensive standpoint, because there aren't many weapons there. So when you look at that and then you flip it and you look at the Bengals, even if they don't have T. Higgins, this is a game where the offense has to get going a bit, because the Saints are down their top corner. If they want to play the deep zone, the cover two, this offense should be able to figure it out, right? And we've said that week after week after week. This is the week where I expect Dennis Allen to use that, even though he hasn't in the past, because he doesn't have Marshon Lattimore, the Saints head coach, and he calls the defensive plays. But you flip it, and I expect that this Bengals offense should be more ready for it regardless. And they're taking heat, and they should be taking heat. A 2-3 start has been rough. They know that, and so can you come back to the place where Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and these guys, they won a national title, and get going, get moving, get things going in the right direction? And, you know, I picked them to win this game, and when I made that pick, it was before we knew about all of the injuries. So we'll see. But I certainly think that this is a must-win game. You want to look at it from any angle you want, starting 2-4. Playing against backups, right? Jameis Winston expected to be active today. Andy Dalton's going to start. It's one of those things where you have to take advantage of the opportunities when attrition kicks in. And attrition is really kicking in and hurting the Saints right now. And even if they were healthy, you'd say must win, because you can't fall to 2-4. But given what they're missing on offense and on defense, this is as big of a must-win, I would say, as the Bengals have had up to this point. And, you know, if you get to 3-3 and you play better than you have, then you could start to potentially turn that corner that I've been talking about, that you've been hearing me talk about and probably talking about at the water cooler. And, look, this team is better than 2-3. They're more talented than 2-3. We know that. It's time for them to show it. And it's time for them to show it today here at the Superdome, which it's awesome. Found our way in here, and the thing I'll say is there are a lot of Bengals fans here. It's the first thing that stood out to me when I got in. I saw Friday, the flight Thursday night. There were a bunch of fans. Friday certainly was, and just seeing them throughout the city. So will it translate? Will it translate? That's something that's going to be interesting to see, how loud this place gets, because it's going to get really, really loud. How many fans are in the stands for the Bengals? And then at the same time, how many Jamar Chase fans are there? How many LSU Joe Burrow-esque fans are there that are cheering maybe for the Saints, but deep down hope Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase get it going? It's an interesting dynamic. It's a fun dynamic, and it's one that we're going to cover from every single angle. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you ring the bell. We'll keep you up to date throughout the game at allbengals.com. After the game, we're going to have player reaction. We're going to have Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow news conferences. We'll have my post-game stand-up. So we're going to have a ton of coverage for you. And if you missed it this week, I think we've been locked and loaded coverage-wise, including my prediction. I had plenty of thoughts on Zach Taylor. He's taken a lot of heat recently, and I get it. I understand it, 2-3. I also think take a breath here because he could right the ship today. This Bengals team could right the ship today and get things moving in the direction that everyone expects. This pregame report brought to you by Rivertown Inquiry and rivertowninquiry.com. Doug and his crew do an awesome job. So if you're looking for orange and black gear, maybe you just want a nice pint glass for your next cold one, Rivertown Inquiry has got you covered. So go there now, rivertowninquiry.com. We will chat after the game. For Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now right here at the Superdome, where the Bengals take on the Saints in just a few hours.